Hey guys, sorry I'm gonna be away on one day. I think it is next Wednesday. So a supply teacher will be there. Mr. Winterbottom is gonna be there. He's going to teach you the concept, but just in case, I'm gonna make the video. Okay. So for the quick note, so this is a continuation from the previous lesson. See this one? Remember this one? We actually did that, right? So still on the finding intercepts and using those to graph it. Now, a quick note, what about the x equals 4 or y equals 4? Remember, this means that your graph only passes through the x value of 4. So 4 over there, and it will just go straight up and down, right? Up and down. Now, just remember that there are the arrows at the end of each axis, and then y and x. Now, then same thing for the y equals 4. That means your graph only passes through the y value of 4. So then it will be at 4 and going through this way, right? And then it will be y, x, brackets. Now, just to keep that in mind, if you look at this one, it has the x-intercept of 4, 0, right? Now, hopefully you notice that it basically is the same as what's in the equation, right? Now, it's the x-intercept, x equals 4. But if you take a look at this, this one does not have the y-intercept, so no y-intercept, right? So when I ask you and give you this one, when I ask you what is the x and y-intercept does not exist. Now, whereas this one basically has the x-intercept of does not exist, right? So no x-intercept, since it does not cross with the x-axis, but it does have the y-intercept at 0, 4. Now, hopefully you notice that the 4 comes from the equation y equals. Now, remember, it's y equals 4, so y-intercept 4, okay? So y equals anything would look like a horizontal line. So it will be horizontal line that passes through the y value. Now this is going to be a little bit y value of that anything, right? That number in the equation. So then the x equals anything will be a vertical and then passes through the x value of that anything, okay? So if it was x equals -2, then it will pass through -2. Now then it says determine the x and y-intercept of the following relations. Again, same thing for the x-intercept, 0 into y. So then it will be 3x plus 0 minus 12 equals 0. So then 3x minus 12 equals 0. Remember how to solve this for the x. So I add 12 on both sides because of the samdat. We subtract and add first. And then we get 3x equals positive 12. And then we divide it by 3. Right? Oh, by the way, in case you're hearing some noises, I am recording this in a classroom. So, at Northern, so you will hear some noises from people walking in the hallway. Now then for the y-intercept, basically the same thing. So then y-intercept, you put 0 into the x, right? So it's the opposite one, right? So then what happens is 3 times 0 plus y minus 12 equals 0. So then 3 times 0 is just a 0, right? However, that 0 does not change anything, so it will be just y minus 12 equals 0. So all you have to do is just add 12 on both sides so that the minus 12 will be gone, so that in the end you will only have y, and 0 plus 12 is 12. So at the end, make sure you to leave your answer in a coordinate form, 4, 0 for the x-intercept and 0, 12 for the y-intercept, okay? Now, I will try this one with you one more time and make sure you do your turn, okay? So same thing over there, your x-intercept, you put 0 into y, so it will be 2x plus 36 equals 0. Well, actually, I am going a little too fast. Minus 3 times 0 plus 36 equals 0. But this thing's basically 0, right? So then 2x minus 0 plus 36 equals 0. Again, that 0 does not change anything, so it will be 2x plus 36 equals 0. Now remember that we subtract both sides by 36. So then you have 2x equals negative 36, and then you divide everything by 2, so that at the end you will have only x. So the 2 and over 2 will cancel each other out. Negative 36 divided by 2 is negative 18. So your x-intercept of that equation is negative 18 comma 0. Now then for the y-intercept, so then for the y-intercept, you plug 0 into the x. So then it will be 2 times 0 minus 3y plus 36 equals 0. But 2 times 0 is 0, so it will be 0 minus 3y plus 36 equals 0. Which then gives me negative 3y plus 36 equals 0. Now remember then we need to get rid of 36 according to our SEMDAT, plus minus first. So they're gone. So then we have negative 3y equals negative 36. So then we divide everything by negative 3, so the negative 3's will be gone. So then y will be negative 36 divided by negative 3 gives me positive 12. So in the end, your y-intercept is 0 comma positive 12. Okay, so try your turn. I'll make the solution key of these two separately and put it on the Google Classroom, but I'm not going to include it in the YouTube video because of the time issue. Okay, so then we have the last page. So for this example, it has your turn, 3 of them, actually 2 of them, and there's a challenging question. Now it says, determine the slope of a line whose x-intercept is negative 2 comma 0 and y-intercept is 0 comma 5. Now the method is pretty much the same. Hopefully remember that y, so the slope was rise over run. And hopefully remember that it is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 from the previous unit. Now remember the subscript number 1 and 2 mean it's the first point y value or the second point y value. So in this case, I will call this one first and then this one second. That's because of the alphabetical order, but it really doesn't matter, okay? So usually what I do is, and I asked you to do as well, that you actually label each. So the first one is always x, second one is y, first one is x, second one is y, but then the negative 2 and 0 belong to the first point, so x1, y1. 0 comma 5 belong to the second point, so then x2 and then y2. Then all you have to do is plug this into your slope equation. So then this becomes 5 minus 0 over 0 minus negative 2. And that gives me 5 over 0 minus negative 2 is 0 plus 2. Negative, negative becomes plus. So 0 plus 2 is just a 2. So then we have determined what the slope is, which is then 5 over 2, right? Now, you need to know how to determine the equation from this. We did that in the last unit, so make sure you go back to that and then review, okay? Actually, I'll just cover how to do that. So, in this case, we have y equals 5 over 2x plus b. Now, remember b, well, see that? That's the bell. That proves that I'm recording at a school. So, see that the b is the y-intercept, but the y-intercept is already given to us, right? Y-intercept is already given to us right there. Therefore, we don't really need to do any of the calculations. It basically becomes y equals 5 over 2x, positive 5. And that's the equation, right? So, I want you to try your turn and your turn number 2 as well. And if you want to try challenge, okay? I will make the solution key of this one separately and then put it up on the Google Classroom, okay? So thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys have a nice weekend. Hopefully you guys had a nice long weekend. I will see you guys on Friday, okay? All right, bye guys.